It is a beautiful, sunny Thursday, March 11th. March 11th. I don't know why I can't keep that in my head day after day, but it is what it is. Hi there. Hold on one second. Brush. Should have been a pre-broadcast brush, but pardon me. Do I look okay, Ma? Hey, Ma. So hi, good morning, everybody. It's Matt. I hope you're well. I hope you're happy. I hope you're happy. I do hope you're happy. Healthy and safe and loved and all that stuff and all that whatever. Watching me all over the internets, all over the interwebs on YouTube and Twitter and Twitch and Facebook Live and Periscope and all over the place. And especially on the Haps app, which I remind you, please download if you haven't downloaded it yet. You can subscribe to my channel and get notified when I go live so we can hang out and talk. And also, I'm on TikTok now. I did mention Instagram. I'm on Instagram as well. But, I just started on TikTok. And it's been an interesting week on TikTok learning about it. Hey, Chris, how you doing, sir? How's the delay, by the way, Chris? I followed you on TikTok. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Appreciate that very much. I've made like 20 new friends on TikTok. Uruko! Hello, guys. Let's go camping. I'm ready to travel again. I'm ready to get out there. So, been thinking about that lately. I'm on TikTok as well. Sweet. No delay on Twitch. All right. Fantastic. Oh, is that where you're talking to me from? TikTok? I mean, Twitch? Sweet. Yeah, I just jumped on. So, add me. Follow me. I'm at 3231 all over the place. You're welcome to join in and hang out. I notified folks on TikTok that I go live about the same time, about 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that they're welcome to jump in and hang out with me live. Hopefully at some point. It's a matter of time, but I hope I reach that point where I can get. I had Arby's for dinner last night. Excellent. What'd you have at Arby's? At some point, if I reach 1,000 viewers, I'll be able to broadcast live. That'd be fantastic. Found out there's a new game hyped, Valheim. I've heard of Valheim. I watched some gameplay of it. It seems like a super mellow version of like the rest of the survival type games. You go and you gather resources and run around and punch things. I had the roast turkey ranch and bacon wrap. Roast turkey ranch and bacon wrap. Sounds all right. Arby's, do they still have the Reuben? The last time I ate at Arby's, I had a Reuben and their curly fries. That's all right. I like a good Reuben. Valheim is pretty good. Is it? I got the same image. Yeah. They do still have the Reuben. I don't I don't eat meat very much. Normally, whenever I eat meat, I eat chicken. Which I'm sure will, like everything else, I'm sure that'll come back to bite me in the ass at some point. Like, well, Matt's heart exploded. Why? Chicken. Oh, all the shit they put in everything. It's good, but I don't think it's necessarily the meat is good. I think it's as long as something's well prepared, like as long as it tastes good, it could be meat, it could be veggie, it could be whatever. Like I look forward to as long as it has a good flavor to it. I don't care what it is, really. Like, like, go ahead and make. That's they say chicken should be better than beef or pork. I love pork. I love me some pig, cooked pig in all its forms: bacon, ham, pork. I mean, come on now. But I look forward to the future when they have matter resequencers, food replicators. And as long as it tastes good, I don't care what it is. It could be vegetable, it could be lab protein stuff. Um, just as long as it's prepared well, you know. There's certain flavors that I like, but I don't care necessarily for. And they're kind of doing that these days where they're lab growing meat. Um, I saw something on the internet. I can't remember. It might have been Reddit where they're talking about the cost and the analytics of uh, farm raised food and factory raised food and then lab raised food kind of thing, where it's like lab grown meat versus, I mean, I don't want to say GMO, but technically most meat is genetically modified. There's already meat weeping blood. It's all lab made from plants. Yeah, I don't mind the idea of plant meat. I'm fine with it. As long as it's flavorful, as long as it tastes all right, I'll be fine. Oh, and of course, it's not poisonous. It's not going to kill you. I don't think that's. I don't think that would be too much to ask for them to make meat without a catch. Like, is that? Do you know what I'm saying? You know, meat made from plants that won't secretly, accidentally make your heart explode. Like, I don't think that it's flavor or health. They say fat is flavor, and for the most part, that's true. But come on, there's got to be a way that everybody can meet. Everyone can meet. Pardon the pun. But yeah, like I don't mind plants or meat made from plants. That's fine. And as far as Valheim is concerned, I mean, I like survival games. I like Vikings. I mean, I dig the concept. I wasn't super like drawn in by what I'd seen about Valheim. I think it's a great theme and it's more of the same. But I'm on a Norse mythology themed Minecraft server, and it's like, when you're getting into mythology and stuff like that, maybe that might increase the cool factor of it. But it's real easy when you're talking about that. I have mixed feelings. Yeah, it's real easy when you talk about Norse mythology. A video game, a survival game, Viking themed, dealing with Norse mythology. It can easily fall into another Dungeons and Dragons type of a thing. Josh, how you doing, bud? How are you, sir? Thanks for joining. I hope some of my new TikTok buddies decide to find me on Haps. That'd be great. I don't think TikTok is a real time sort of thing, though. I think it's I post stuff and people watch it whenever they get to it. Like I don't know. Maybe that'll change at some point. Maybe as my following grows, as the community grows on TikTok, maybe I can reach out to them and address them about, coming in and hanging out live. I don't think I can do that now where, the vast majority of the TikTok community. Woke up with the weirdest thought. All right, hit me. Um, I would like folks on TikTok to know about me, but nobody knows about. I'm a nobody on TikTok, and maybe in time, little by little, I can start to tell people, "Hey, I'm gonna go. I'm about to go live," and then they jump over. I think I've played too much Ark and Forest to enjoy Valheim at this point. That's what I'm saying. I mean, Ark really hits a lot of spots. As far as survival is concerned, like if you can live on an Ark server, you're pretty much hardcore. And Forest is a pretty expansive. Or what was the other one? What's the other one? Rust. If you can survive on those and build and stuff and have farms or whatnot, um, yeah, there's really no need to go anyplace else. First thought as I was opening my eyes this morning: how fast is web slinging as a mode of transportation? About 30 miles per hour. I, I would agree with that. Well, no, let's see. That would Web slinging, first of all, is not a viable form of transportation unless you're in a major city or in the jungle or something like that. I mean, you'd have to, yeah, but 30 miles per hour? Yeah, maybe. It's sad they're games feel so alike. Yeah, that's why that's why I don't think about what I would like in a console. Not bad concerning he doesn't have any traffic up there. Yeah, 30. Yeah, because I was going to say it seemed like you go faster than the cars. And normal speed is 35 miles an hour, but if you're in a city, you're not going 30 miles an hour. You're going like 15 or 20 normally, with all the traffic and stuff like that, with all the congestion and everything. So there are a lot of times where, depending on the city that you're in, um, like New York and Chicago kind of a thing, you're maybe Detroit, um, those type of cities, congestion and all the traffic lights and stuff like that. But yeah, you're going fast in the car. So 30 miles, yeah. And no congestion because you're up above it. Yeah, that seems right. That sounds about right. Yeah, as far as games are concerned, I don't think about what I'd like in a console or a PC game anymore. I think mobile is the way to go, and that's the one thing that you have going for you is um, that the playing field of mobile video games is so limited. Like you have a lot of clones, but they're all like simple puzzle type games, not first. I mean, some first person shooters. I mean, they're starting to get into that, porting some stuff over and making it possible, like with Fortnite and all that. But a lot of the retro concept games, like simulation games, like SimCity, drop down menus and stuff like that, like Fallout type of games, early Fallout. Um, the old Windows games. There's a there's a good, very good possibility. Like I've played some racing games. Um, Asphalt series is kind of good. I mean, there's a little bit too much flash and a lot of a lot of sizzle, not enough steak, kind of thing. Why did I even wake up with that question? Because it was a question that needs to be answered, man. I wouldn't call it weird. I would call it great. That'd be like, that's awesome that I think about those things subconsciously. It's a great subconscious type question. Josh, asking the important questions. Thank yourself for asking a question about web slinging. Yeah, I think we need to. People need to focus on better mobile games. That's our discussion. Let's talk mobile games. Most of us play video games. We'll talk about that, and I'll even bring it up on TikTok to not ask, but ask the question. I'll pose the question to TikTok as well. PC games are fine. Computer games are fine. Console games, not a problem. They're fine. There's plenty of games out there, plenty of systems out there. If there's anything that you don't like in current generation, you can go back and go one generation back, and there's going to be something there. I am, first of all, but we're dealing with mobile games. Asking all the right questions, right? Dealing with mobile games. I'm not going to get excited about gaming until the Oasis comes out. The Oasis? Oh, Oasis. Yeah, right. Yeah, really. I don't know if I'd dig that. Maybe for movies and stuff like that. I don't know if I'd dig that. Other than the fact that with Oasis, you could earn a living virtually. Hmm. How did they handle? I want to go. I want to go there. I wouldn't mind visiting as well. But how did they handle like um how did they handle poverty? Or making a living. Did you know Cheez-Its has grooves, zesty cheddar ranch crackers? Um, I like I know about grooves and I know about that the cheddar ranch. I'm a big fan of their Parmesan. The white cheddar, that's what it is. A white cheddar, like sharp white cheddar. It's pretty good. That's probably my favorite dish. Chris always down for talking about food. It's a universal conversation. Yeah, the white cheddar one's pretty much the best. I'm a big garlic parmesan or white cheddar. Popularity of the Oasis makes those. But don't they address that where it's like you could earn a living virtually? What's wrong with talking about food? Nothing at all. Like I said, it's a universal thing. We can always talk about that on. I've said that. I've said that forever. Food and sex, always an available topic of conversation on our in our community. There's a lot of potential for mobile games, but I think the problem has been vast genre of smartphones, hard to get games to support everything. Yeah, yeah, because you have to consider iOS or Android or Windows. I love talking about sex. Yep. Many people live and work in the Oasis. Yeah. If Ben were here, he could probably he would definitely have an opinion regarding. Hold on a second. I can see if I can hear it. Yeah, I don't want to have a beep when I'm talking. Um, it's natural, right? Both food and sex are natural for the most part, correct? And everyone has their particular tastes in both. Preferences. Uh, yeah, Ben would definitely have something to say about that, about working virtual goods and services virtually. Let's just put it that way. Pokemon Go may be the most impressive mobile game I've ever seen. It was innovative. I mean, it had the AR factor, geocaching kind of thing, Easter egg hunt kind of thing. Everybody says it about Pokemon Go and what's the other one? Not Stardew Valley. Animal Crossing. Those two games, far from perfect, but the scope of it's huge. Oh, you know what, Josh? That's a good point. Thank you for bringing up Pokemon Go, because there are certain games like zombie games and stuff like that use augmented reality, and Pokemon Go uses augmented reality. Might be fun when they get it to work properly. Well, here's the thing. I always wanted, excuse me. I always wanted, um, talking about 10,000 Worlds, if I may bring that up, like I usually do. I wanted a game version that you could play, but it needed a hook, and my hook had always been going retro with it, as far as like a simple map, um, a large map, a multiplayer aspect of it, where everybody can, like, you could have a server that holds all these maps, um, and that all these maps are kind of okay. Like, picture this with Minecraft. Anytime you get on a Minecraft server, you have a map, a world map. And the earlier versions of Minecraft had a certain area, like, let's say, a 600 by 600 square map. What the blocks, 600 blocks by 600 blocks, or whatever, 1,000 by 1,000, whatever. But it's this one limited area that you could travel around, and they're procedurally generated so that you have hills and all this stuff. But um, you could do something like that on a simple level, like a 2D level, and you can travel outside of that 1,000 by 1,000 block, or 1,000 by 100 square map. When you go off the map, you're going into somebody else's world, somebody else's map, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Let me know if I'm not making sense. But I thought what would be cool is you have certain zones, like your zone, the area that you have to play with. That's your piece of the world. Um, you have the fog of war. I always like that one, where it's like you don't have access to a map to see everything that's around you. You have to explore the area in order to find the resources, in order to discover what type of area you have, biomes and whatnot. I like that, and I like this. I like the 2D kind of, or even thinking visually. What will be great is uh, is a really simplified 3D version. Um, like Roller Coaster Tycoon. Have you guys ever played that? So anyone could come into my area and mess up my stuff. No, no, not without your permission. Like that's the thing, that they could access your area, but they would need to get your permission. Like they could request access to that area, and you would be able to admin that. Like you could so that way it would give people an opportunity to expand into that area, but only with permission. I played Roller Coaster Tycoon. Okay. Roller Coaster Tycoon, the original one for the PC, I think it was Windows 95, if I'm not mistaken. It was an early game, but it had a super simple, almost cartoony kind of 3D. It was esoteric, so it was like you looked at everything like this. All the squares were like diamond shaped, and you could see it from 45-degree angle kind of thing. And they had little tiny people with little, like it was a tiny ball sphere for a head, and then uh, simple animation, and they could have different color shirts and different color pants and different color hair, or maybe a cap or something like that. But it was like really simple rendering, and I kind of wanted something like that where you could actually see the people walking around, and every person was for the most part was uh, you know randomly generated names and information about them, stuff like that. But you could tell little details, like if they were smiling, or if they were happy, or if they were sick, or you could see their hair color, like I said, shirt color and stuff like that. So things like that would be randomly generated. So you could do character generation, but it would be like really simplified. Well, I was just thinking, like, the map part of it was originally just blank, or like randomly generated. But another possibility could be, like, that's one option. That's the original option, option A. Um, Another option could be to use what's available to us now. We already have a generated map, GPS. You know, you could use the world that you're already in, because it's post-apocalyptic. So I don't know what that, because like I said, Pokemon Go, you travel around. You want to find different resources, you travel around to different places and locate things. But Pokemon Go, the thing about that was everybody already knows about the anybody that knows about Pokemon knows you have to collect certain creatures, and then they fight, and it's a whole thing. So maybe that wouldn't be good. Actually, the next gaming advancement I'll get really excited about is AR contacts. They'd have to make glasses first. They'd have to make proper AR glasses, and the power phone call. All right. Yeah, you're gonna wait a while, Josh. They got there are a lot of steps. They have to come up with a decent battery that's small enough. Then you got to put the proper headset that could carry a small battery and the processing power. Come up with decent glasses. And then to figure out a way to put all that, then they have to come up with a wet wire kind of a deal, some way to integrate that into someone's brain, uh, cranial implants. That's gonna be a little bit. I don't see AR contacts being a thing in the next 20 years. When you encounter Pokemon in the wild, you have to see them more. Yeah. Yeah, it sounded like a neat idea at the time where I'm like, oh, you use your camera on your phone and you're wherever you are, wherever you travel, that area has certain resources. And so if you want to gather those resources, you have to, you know, travel, explore your town, explore your area. Head downtown to a park. And when you go to the park, you'll find out that there's a, you know, there's some place to get resources or whatever. But that wouldn't work out because the whole concept of 10,000 worlds, or especially with that one, with my Regenesis idea, was that probably have AR contacts before we have the Oasis too. No, no. I think a concept like the Oasis, virtual reality as opposed to augmented reality. I think something like the Oasis might come around because they already have a lot of that with VR. Like I said, I wish Ben was here. He could talk so much about VR right now. He's totally getting into it. He bought an Oculus. Um, I forget what kind it is, but it's an hope AR glasses come soon. Yeah, he bought an Oculus and he's been using it. He's been going into VR chats and um, watching movies and stuff, a lot of 3D stuff. Uh, he's been digging it, so he could tell you how much of the Oasis currently exists already. But no, I would say something like Oasis would happen first. VR has a long way to go still. Sure, but they do the chat, and like Ben was telling me about how you can do anything on the internet or anything like this. Like I could broadcast right now from my phone through an app and have it appear on a big screen in a virtual, you know, theater kind of a situation. So it would be fun watching AR Wars. So yeah, there's already a lot of stuff that's been done with VR, but you're right. It's not all there yet. Ooh, there's a girl with purple hair. Love your hair. Um, okay, well, it was a neat idea that I hadn't thought of before, using like your camera to go around and explore different things, and it might be pretty fun. But the whole thing with the storyline, whatever happened to Google Glasses? People weren't going for it, man. They weren't digging it. I want to look that up and find out what happened with Google Glasses. But yeah, those came and went, and everybody thought they were lame. And then they just the Google just gave up on it. Limited function. I'm sure. I'm sure they were very inconvenient, and the battery would only last like 20 minutes or something. Limited function. Of course, AR contacts will have many uses besides gaming. But it'll make gaming interesting. I think that augmented reality, in whatever form it comes in, would be great for vehicles. Must be tech problems with lack of content. Yeah. Before we go with glasses or contacts, I think the first thing that they should shoot for would be augmented reality in vehicles, like heads-up display, the windshields. With like a Tesla, with like an electric vehicle or something like that, you have power source, you have processing power because you can eat. I mean, the electric vehicles already have computers in them, and it wouldn't be much to like make like a PC size, like a beefy PC. That's what happened. They released Google Glass way prematurely and gave up on it. So augmented reality instituted in vehicles, vehicle windshields, like part of a heads-up display. All your fuel gauges and your whole instrument panel you get rid of. Climate control, all the analytics as far as gas mileage and all that stuff. GPS integrated because it can just take a look through your windshield. The cameras and stuff are already being put in. The auto driving, autopilot, and stuff like that is already leaning towards that. But it's just one more step where you can see the lines on your windshield overlaid on top of what you're looking through the windshield itself, and you can see the road and what lane you're supposed to be in, and you could the green line that you need to follow in order to get to your destination, stuff like that, just like they have on computer games. Your lane lights up, tells you how long for, like, that'll just be super convenient to have that, HUD assisted turn by turn directions. Yeah, I would love to see a heads up display, windshield heads up display, made more available in vehicles. And then like it's easy to read, and you could have a building light up where for a fact that's the address, that's a destination. You put in a destination. Google Nest display controlling few lights at home. It still has some trouble moments, but it's nice, techie thing. Yep. Basically, what we want is Jarvis. They need to make Jarvis for vehicles. Not necessarily artificial intelligence, but that's really what it is that we want. Yeah, like you take Alexa and augmented reality. You have, everybody has their mobile devices. So you have an easy way to transfer from home to your vehicle. Window can just be a movie screen. Like, yeah, one of the things that I think would be fantastic, one of the things that I would appreciate a lot, personally, would be night vision. Like, there's nothing that says you can't use your exterior cameras to access everything. You can see everything, and then it just converts it to your heads-up display. So even though your lights may be dim, your windshield is showing everything brighter. Control, like you could see your environment without having to bother everybody else with bright lights and stuff. Like they would have in a lot of sci-fi that I've seen, in a few sci-fi things, they would have it where you don't have a windshield. It's just external cameras, and you have a TV screen, basically. You have a LED screen on the inside of the frame of the car. It would be fun if someone watches adult content. The window shows everything. Also, everybody can see it from the other side. No, like isn't that what's in Cyberpunk? The new Cyberpunk video game? Just one solid exterior, and the interior is like you can't look, you can't see in any way, but inside you can see outwards. Two-way mirror kind of thing. I don't think that that's necessarily the thing that we should do where you can't see into the vehicle. Like tinted, fine, but not like completely obfuscated, not completely inaccessible. That'd be kind of neat. Yeah, but that's getting back to that. Absolutely, Jarvis. Yeah, there's a couple in the Cyberpunk game. I know there's a tank that does it. But there were vehicles that had interior displays for the vehicles instead of like glass. Why would there be a window? Just build a tank and put the TV screen in. Yeah, I wouldn't want to drive a tank. No, I've seen it on Twitch and stuff. I've seen a couple vehicles like that, like Blade Runner-ish, Cyberpunk. Um, Now I just said I wouldn't drive a tank. However, I want a large van that has four-wheel drive and it's super durable. So, but I don't want guns, so I don't want a tank. I want personnel carrier. MPV. That's what I want. APV? Armored personnel vehicle? Trombotron. What? Trombotron. Actually, you know what? I just found out that Audi has come out with an electronic vehicle that looks really sweet. I saw something. I saw an ad somewhere. I can't remember where I saw it. Um, but there was an ad for a new Audi electronic vehicle. Yep, yep. It looks pretty friggin' nice too. Like it had big rims, uh, very sleek looking, very sportsy, luxury looking vehicle. Because Audi. It was pretty class. I just want them to come out with van. Like I just want them. I feel like uh, vans of the future was their prize mentioned. I don't think so. I think van living is going to be the future. Nomadic. I think they need to get on making vans electric. Russian SUV that's made to withstand hand grenades and cost literally $1 million. Hey, bud, how are you, man? Hey, how you doing? I just see Facebook user. Who is this? That said, hey, bud, how are you, Matt? I'm doing fantastic. Maybe it's probably James. High-end luxury. Oh, yeah, I don't need like a super armored vehicle. I don't expect to. I don't expect to be shot at or try to get blown up. Although you never know. I would like something like a handle. Oh, Newfie. Hey, what's up, buddy? How are you, dude? How's the truck? The rig. It also comes with a champagne cooler in the armrest. Of course it does. Of course it does. Sitting in Florida, getting unloaded. All right. You said, did you say it was Toronto to? I don't think you told me the destination. See, Toronto to Jacksonville? Was that what you had said? Ridiculously luxe. That's what I've been missing while driving. Yeah, that's what you want. You want champagne while you're driving because we all know that alcohol and driving go together. Well, not that you're going to be driving. I mean, if you can afford that, you can afford someone else to be driving the vehicle for you. Gotcha. How was the trip? How'd it go? Pretty smooth sailing? As far as me driving, as long as if it was an electronic vehicle that had a good interface, that had all the functions of like a Tesla, where you had all the analytics and autopilot wouldn't be bad, um, but not completely necessary. As long as there's cruise control and stuff like that, I'd be happy with that. Um, a bed and a fridge and some good storage area, lighting, privacy, that sort of thing. I'd be happy with that. And like I said, 4-wheel drive would be great. Yeah, trip went very good, no problem all the way. Thanks for asking, Fred. Hey, no problem. Toronto to Jacksonville sounds like a cool trip. How much of that was 75? No, would it be 75? I don't think 75 would be. Well, I'm sure it'd be 75 until you get to Atlanta, bro. Jacksonville is in Florida. It's none of it 75. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I'm thinking driving into Florida, but Jacksonville, Florida is if you get the Panhandle, basically you have the Panhandle, and then you have Florida. Or I'll do it this way because everything's backwards. You have the Panhandle, and then you have the actual peninsula. Jacksonville would be right up against the Atlantic Ocean, right on the upper corner on the Atlantic Ocean coast. Otherwise known as the Atlantic coast. I didn't need to say ocean. Came down 79, 77, 26, 95. Yeah, I was going to say 95, not not 70. I want a grenade-proof vehicle because I don't trust society to not fall apart. Better safe than sorry. I got you, Josh. I got you. Oh, let me add that, by the way. All the Tesla functions, which is the autopilot and exterior cameras, obviously, the instruments and stuff like that, the big panel, the screen for the instruments and stuff like that, like all that stuff, cruise control, um, four-wheel drive, and solar panels. Have solar integrated in it because that would be nice. The job problems like manure just flies. Well, okay, heaven forbid Joshua has any mechanical problems with the vehicle at all. Like if it's going to be grenade proof, it's going to be sealed up so tight that if you need an oil change, they have to take the whole thing apart, kind of thing. It feels like delivering Gulf side would have been 75 over. Yeah, I got you. If I won lottery, all my purchases would be high-end Lux apocalypse proof. Joshua would you'd have to make sure that your vehicle fits inside of a shipping container because that's where you'll be living under deep underground in your little bunker. You'll be living in a shipping container surrounded by 10 feet of concrete, reinforced concrete. It is Kevlar pajamas. I dig it. Eating pork and beans. I mean, people watch hey, there's $1 million car. Must be something more to crack open that coconut. Yeah, yeah. Look at that really expensive fortified vehicle. I bet there's something even more expensive inside of it. You're right. Pop the hood like any other vehicle. It just has releases. Ooh, that is a Camaro. That was really nice. So I don't think I would buy a car. I'm any other vehicle purchase that I get is going to be just a nicer van. However, like to see one of those Camaros like low to the ground, really wide base, just they are that those type of vehicles, big thick tires, and those are like bulldog looking vehicles. Those are nice. How do I get a van like that? Can I get a van that's like big tires, great shocks? No, they probably couldn't get a four-wheel drive if it was that had that low clearance on it. But oh, it should be modded. Can I do that? Can I get a van and get it like chopped so it's low to the ground and wider? A little chop shop. Especially it's big enough to live in. I wouldn't want anything like a box truck size. So I wouldn't want anything like tall or even very long. But I like my vans like I like my women, wide and low to the ground. All right, I gotta get going, guys. Thanks very much for tuning in. It's almost time for me to get back to work. I got a few minutes, so uh, I'll call it right now. Right now. Thanks everybody for hanging out with me. It was cool shooting the shit with y'all. Catching up with you. You have a great day as well, sir. Everybody stay happy and healthy. Be safe. Social distance. Use hand sanitizer. Escalade baby. Thank you. All right. Saggy. All right. Have a great day. and use safety. I'll talk to you guys soon. Anybody watching me for the first time, please follow me if you haven't followed me yet. Please share the broadcast with your friends. Always nice to make new friends. And I hope to talk to you soon. Love you. Bye.